On the first day I ever took piano lessons, my teacher, Mrs. Sokol, one of the first things she said to me was that music is a language.
There's just so much to music that I didn't understand until I took piano lessons. I liked music, of course, who doesn't? But I didn't actually appreciate it until I took the lessons. I remember my sisters taking the same lessons from the same teacher, and I just remember thinking to myself at a very young age that I did not want to do that. I hated the thought of taking lessons and wasting my time. I had better things to do, and lessons were stupid. And not even in my wildest dreams could I have imagined that music would help me the way it does today. Actually, I was forced against my will to take the lessons. I had no choice. My mom was very insistent that I at least go through with them for at least 1 year. But I couldn't imagine that I'd be thinking her now. Because I do. And music has been such an important thing in my life, and I'd be a completely different person without it now. Without the appreciation I have. And no, I'm not just saying that. I could have been involved in many other things to occupy my time, but now that I think about it, nothing I would have picked would have been more worth my time than music has. In fact, it wouldn't have been worth my time at all to pick anything but music. Honestly, quite honestly, if I didn't have such an addiction to music, I don't know what else would get me through the day. To relieve my stress, to blow off steam, to enjoy the day with, like today. Chances are anything I would have picked wouldn't have served me as well as music has. And being able to start small and take piano lessons and learning the music has undoubtedly made me appreciate the music and what it can do for people.
When I took piano lessons, I had learned to read many classical songs. Some of it may have been a little simplified, granted, but regardless, I can't just say I hate classical because it's boring, because that would be a lie. I learned how to play it. And because of that, I can actually appreciate, the music and whatever trouble the composer went through to write it. Now that I think of it, it makes me regret deeply that I had quit piano after only 5 years. I remember the guilt I had having my parents pay $40 a month for these lessons, and I would hardly practice an hour a week. I still remember my last recital, though, in Mrs. Sokol's backyard. It was such a nice day out, and what I remember most is that I played my song perfectly, no mistakes. If I were to quote-unquote retire then, it would have been the perfect moment. Quite literally, ending on a good note. Now, I haven't unlearned everything I ever did learn about playing the piano. In fact, I've always imagined me singing with my playing. To tell you the truth, I love to sing, but mostly in the privacy of my own home and car. The part that gets me is the stage fright. If I ever sing alone, I feel like things would go like this.
She bangs, oh baby, when she moves. I go crazy cause she looks like a flower, but she stings like a bee, like every girl in history. She bangs, I'm wasted by the way
Thank you.
This year, I joined the choir for Mav Catholic, and so now I sing with a group of about 5 to 7 people every Sunday. I couldn't ask for anything better, because I'm Catholic, and praising God with music can only be the best way for me. I get bored easily, and it's hard to pray sometimes, but with a melody and rhythm, how can you go wrong? because they say singing is praying twice, and that is one of the ways I keep on praying and staying with it. And it doesn't just have to be Christian music to help you pray, but just something soothing to listen to help you concentrate. Whatever you feel like praying. For me, the bands that have calmed me the most would be The Fray and Matchbox 20, hands down.
I mean, I cannot even begin to tell you how much Push by Matchbox 20 has helped me through breakups or through the death of someone close to me. I could seriously play it over and over again and never get tired of it. The Fray similarly has that kind of music that is on the sadder, more minor side of the scale that I usually play to comfort me in hard times. But what I like most about them is the piano Isaac Slade plays, which I like because I learned to play it. Personally, I believe the best gift you can give someone is music. It can help them in whatever situation they are in, and it's made me believe more and more in music therapy. I think the key to it is that you have to find that someone that goes through the same struggles as you may have. It's like having your best friend sitting right next to you in the room talking it over with you. And now that I look through my past and see that learning to play the piano is probably the most important thing that could have happened to me, I would like to pass on to you all the lessons I have learned from music. It is healing, and I know there's someone out there whom you like to listen to in all moods. It works wonders, doesn't it? Just give it a chance if you haven't already, even classical. Who knows? Maybe it'll inspire you to learn an instrument and become literate in music yourself. But right now, I'm going to practice what I preach, take some time to relax, and get away from doing this overwhelmingly stressful assignment. I'm glad y'all watched my narrative. Good day.